I'm Shellie. This is a platform where I share my random thought. After listening, let me know what you think about my thought. You can drop a comment or send me an email. Remember, press the like button and subscribe. Thanks. I want to read for you today a scripture from the Bible, the King James Version. It's from Psalms 139, verse 14. And it reads, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, that my soul knoweth right well. So I want to talk today about you, and me. And what I want to talk to you about is the mosaic that makes up who you are. It is unique. So of the 7 billion people in the world, there is only one you. There is only one me. Our DNA is unique to who we are, both literally and figuratively. Your life might be an open book that people see and they think that they know all the chapters, but the reality is there are parts of you, there are parts of me that are unknown to everyone. Those are those little things that we might write in a journal, or those little moments that we tuck away in secret and hide within. But even though we have that, people tend to see our outcomes, they see the wins, sometimes they may even see the losses. But what they don't see is the journey that has brought us to this place. And for me personally, there were a lot of internal drivers, there were a lot of internal doubts that hindered my progress and didn't allow me to move at the pace that I probably would have if I didn't allow them to capture me and almost arrest me, so to speak. And then let's not even talk about the external noise, right? Because there are people out in the world who are first your fans and then suddenly they become your foes. So those people that are cheering you, next thing you know, they're giving you jeers. And so what I found, in order for me to stay motivated, in order for me to keep going, to keep striving, to keep stretching and reaching goals of my own, is to become the CEO of me. So you have to become the CEO of your own fan club. You have to determine that you are your own competition. I basically have come to the realization that I set the baseline and the bar for myself. So all I need to do is keep rising above where that baseline was before. Therefore, you see me wearing this t-shirt that says me versus me. I am my only competition. Shout out to the organization that made this t-shirt. Because I will tell you, I am self-motivated in many respects. And that did not come easy. It's a journey, it's a process. It takes time for me to not wonder how others are feeling about what I may be doing, how I'm moving, how I'm flowing. And one area in life is my weight. So for those of you that may follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me go through these ups and downs with my weight. Like there was one time post-pandemic, I had gained like over almost like 50 pounds, which is crazy, right? A lot of weight. And then with exercise and consistency, I reduced that. And then I went back up again. And so at the beginning of this year, I started off about 20 pounds heavier. And then the next thing you know, I was 30 pounds heavier. And so I reduced by 15. I'm still looking to reduce another 10. But even though I may talk about it, it's really less about what others are thinking about me and more about what I think of myself. And it took a long time for me to get to that realization, for me to realize that I just want to feel good about myself. So it's not when people say, you look fine the way you are. Thank you. I appreciate that. But I also know that I don't feel fine. I don't feel comfortable in the weight I am in. And I also want to make it really clear that I have personal goals. I have goals within my professional aspirations. And even with this podcast, this is something personal that I'm doing, but I have a desire to raise the bar on this. Right now, I'm not consistent with my episodes, but now I need to create a business plan and a marketing plan and be more consistent. Again, I'm not worried about the other podcasters out there because there's some people that are doing amazing things. And I'm actually like cheering them on and saluting them. But for me, I just need to raise the bar on where I am. So now, me versus me, I am my only competition. That doesn't mean that you forget about others. It doesn't mean that I'm not inspired by other stories. It doesn't mean that I negate everybody else's accomplishments, because that's not the case at all. In many cases, I'm actually motivated when I see others. I'm inspired when I see others. I can now be what I am because someone else has done it. I'm standing on the shoulders, of my ancestors, and I recognize that. I'm standing on the shoulders of people that even exist now, and I recognize that. But what I'm saying is that in order for me to be successful and for my own mental wellness and my own physical well-being, it has to be me versus me. So I've recently started taking some exercises classes. I've taken a spin class, and there are times in that spin class, it is going like so fast that I don't have the stamina to get there. But I will tell you, I started maybe about 6 months ago. I'm better 6 months later than I was 6 months ago. Same thing with riding a bike or going to a gym. I'm better now than I was before. And what I find is I have people around me who are amazing motivators, who are amazing coaches, and saying to me, like, you can do this, you can keep going, you can make it. And I love it. I love that. But I have to tell you, that's not what helps me keep going. What helps me to keep going is literally in my mind. When I'm riding up a hill on a bicycle, I'm saying to myself, girl, you can do this. Girl, you can make it. When I'm faced with a challenge at work and I don't know where to go, and I've done all my research and now I have to kind of come up with a big idea, I'm thinking to myself, girl, you're smart enough to do this. You can do this. And so that's what me versus me is. This is me being my own competition. And again, it's taken a process to get there. It didn't come easy. It didn't come fast. And even today, there are times when like slowly little ideas creep into my mind and I have to just like stop them and just be like, you are wonderfully and fearfully made. You are uniquely Shellie Soapbox. You are uniquely who you are, and that's amazing. And so I want to encourage you today to just recognize that you are your own competition and we all can win. There's always enough for all of us. That's what I'm always concerned about when people tend to have like that crabs in a barrel mentality. We don't need to do that. There is a big enough pie out there for all of us. And I'm hoping that everyone wins. But I also know that everyone doesn't want me to win. But that's their problem. My problem is making certain that I raise the bar on Shellie. So thank you for listening. I really want to know what you think about this. Are you facing any situations where you have to like be driven from within, as Michael Jordan said, or you get that flow from within, or you look in the mirror and you say, you know what, I can do this. And then someone says you can't and it demotivates you. Let me know, drop a comment, send me an email. Thanks for listening.